Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 12 of my Arsenal career mode. Now today, we're going to get into the January transfer window, which will be really exciting. Hopefully getting some new players in this episode, thanks to your guys' suggestions in the comments. And yeah, let's get on with this episode really. We've got this Bournemouth game that I will be simming straight away. But before I do, if you could go support this video by hitting the thumbs up and also subscribing as well, it'd be really appreciated. Let's try and hit 20 likes on this video. Tomorrow will be the Leeds United career mode and we'll continue with the schedule as usual. Let's change the team around for this Bournemouth game at home and see what sort of team I'm going to be putting out. Okay, this is the team I've gone with. We are going to sim the match. It's quite a changed team really. I mean, I've got a couple of the similar players in that I'd usually have in my starting 11, but Rabiot comes into the side, so does Ward-Prowse and Oxlade-Chamberlain and Danny Welbeck up front. Let's see how this team performs. Hopefully it gives us a good performance at home against Bournemouth. But simming matches is very unpredictable in this game, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Hopefully we can close the gap on Chelsea as well by getting 3 points here. And yeah, let's see how we do. I think it's the last game before the January transfer window opens, so it's a big match, and Glenn Murray's gone and scored already. Oxlade-Chamberlain with the equaliser though, just 6 minutes later. Half an hour into the match now, and we are still drawing the game 1-1. We need to try and find another goal from somewhere. I haven't managed to do that in the first half, but we are into the second half now. And let's try and get a second goal. We have with Danny Welbeck, brilliant stuff. And there's about 20 minutes to go now. Need to just hold on to this lead, if not get a third. And Gaia gets the third, brilliant stuff. It finishes 3-1, and we came back from 1-0 down to go and win that game. 3-1. Very good news. And we've got Peterborough coming up next, but that is not before we go into the January transfer window. So let's develop some players first, and then we will sim on into the transfer window. Okay, these are the 5 players I've gone for, kind of just randomly selected to be honest, not for any particular reason, but maybe it was Campbell or supposed to just try and get him upgraded at some point. And Sanchez has gone up to an 87 overall. That is brilliant news for us. He's now 87 rated, and I think everyone else pretty much stayed at the exact same overall. But yeah, Campbell hadn't been trained up until that point, so that's the reason why he was on the list there to train. And yeah, let's go on with this transfer window and hopefully try and make some new signings. But first, I do have a new report that I've got from my scout. Let's see what sort of players we've got on here. We are going to, I think, reject this guy. We'll try and get in Jamie. He looks like a very good player. And I think we'll also get in Joe as well. He looks okay, so we'll get him in. Keisha we'll get rid of, and Sam we will also get rid of. So let's have a look now at our youth academy and see how good it is. It looks really good, but I've not checked up on it obviously in a month, so it could have changed by then. You can see that Andy here isn't great overall, but his potential looks decent, so we'll hold on to him. I think Ben Taylor will be released, and we won't keep hold of him. We'll just basically look at the current overall and see what sort of overall they currently are at. I think most of those are 90s, except this guy who doesn't look that great. His potential is 80 at the most, but his overall is 55 at the moment, so we'll leave him in there just for now. And I think what we'll do is keep hold of most of these. I'm tempted to get rid of Liam though. He doesn't look that great. 85 potential is the most. I think I will... I'll hold on to him actually. I don't want to risk getting rid of him. I'll definitely get rid of this Liam though. We'll release him. And I think everyone else is pretty much just going to stay in here. There's nobody else to promote just yet because there's no standout players, I don't think. 55 overall being the best out of them, I believe. I'll just have a quick skim through again. Yeah, it is. And the 255 overalls I've got there can't be promoted just yet. This is the only player that I could promote. He's the best overall. Stuart Ballatoni. Interesting name. But yeah, we will, I think, just leave him in the youth academy for now. I might promote him next month, maybe, depending on what overall he is. First thing I'm going to do is request some transfer funds. This is the first time I've done this on FIFA 16 on any career modes I have, and I am just going to request, I think, 15 million, so I'm not really too sure exactly how much they're going to give you, but I'm going to request 15 million, and I'm just going to put all the targets up to the maximum level. Hopefully they decide to go ahead with that and they can give us 15 million, because we've just had some good news. Frank Ribery has decided he wants to leave. He's been transfer listed. I might move for him. I know he's 32 years old, but he would be an interesting player to have in the team. I'm tempted by him, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And the exit door is the choice of him. He's also been transfer listed. We're going to try and get him in there. Pjanic, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. Pjanic, you'll have to let me know in the comments if I'm pronouncing that right. But we might try and get him in. That'll be really good. 84 overall. So yeah, I think we'll probably make a bid for him now, actually, before we got the 15 million in. Okay, I'm just going to put in a bid for 24 million. That's his value. Well, it's 24.5. I'm just going to put in a bid for 24. Hopefully that's enough to try and get him in. He's a really good rated player. We need another centre mid in there that's real top quality. So we'll see what they say to that. Okay, Man City are also in talks to sign. They've put in a bid for 25 million. So yeah, that should be interesting. We'll see who beats each other to the deal there. Let's have a look. Have we got any funds? Don't think they'll bring success. So they've not approved the request at the moment. We're going to have to lower the amount that we've asked for then. Like I say, it's a bit of trial and error. I don't really know how much they're going to let me have at the moment. So I might actually just go... I might just go win the cup. Yeah, we'll go with 8 million. We'll lower the amount. We'll keep the tags exactly the same though. I've decided that I want to try and loan out Rabiot because I'm not going to play him too much. I just want to maybe loan him out for a year, see how he does. I know I probably should have done this at the start of the year, but I think it's probably about the right time now. I've realised that maybe I won't be playing him that much. So I think it's the right thing to do. Loan him out on a short-term deal. Obviously, if we do get in Pjanic, then we need to really try and get rid of one centre mid. And obviously Arteta, I'm not 100% sure they'll be signing him up again. Obviously, I said that he's got about 6 months left on his contract. He could actually leave in January. He could sign a contract with another team. So that's something to think about. But in the comments it was suggested that I do give him a new one-year deal. I've not yet decided yet, so we'll leave it for now. And also these younger players, I am tempted to loan them out. This guy will be going out on a one-year loan, and I'll also be loaning this guy out for 1 year as well. We'll leave it just for 1 year. We won't go 2 years just yet. We'll leave it for now. And I think this guy is loaned out, isn't he? Yeah, he looks really good, actually. I'm really wanting to try and get him in the team. Other than that, though, I don't think I'll be listing any other players that weren't listed already. We'll have a look through, obviously, the players that have come up here, that have been scouted. And, yeah, we'll have a look at those at some point. But for now, we will just see whether my bid has been accepted or rejected. But first of all, we have Daniel Crowley returning from Barnsley. His loan has expired. I'm assuming it was a short-term loan. I can't remember who he is, to be honest. He's a youngster, and he went on a short-term loan. So yeah, he looks alright, to be fair. He's 61 overall, which is okay. So let's have a look at his transfer offer. Santi Cazorla. Bayern Munich want him, 20 million. Apparently he's homesick. We've seen that in a few episodes that he said he's a bit homesick and he might want to leave. So I think for the right amount, I might be tempted to get rid of him, sadly. He is rumoured in real life to be wanting to go to Atletico Madrid, so that would make more sense if they came in for him. But for now, I am going to obviously counter-offer. I'm going to really want about 30 million for him, which, if I got that, to be honest, I'd be really happy with that for a 31-year-old. So have a look what Arsenal have said, and they'll give me an extra 8 million, which is brilliant news. We've got a little bit more money. And there we go, because Cazorla said he would like to leave the club. And yeah, he wants to go somewhere. He'll be annoyed if I don't help him. So we need to sadly let him go, which is a bit of a shame because I know a lot of Arsenal fans will like him. And it's just one of those things that you can't really control, sadly, on this game. So we need to look for a replacement for him. And looking at the replacements I've got, there are a few different players I could get for that position of basically out wide and in the central area. So we'll take a look at those players just before the Peterborough match. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, this is the first player that was suggested in the comments that I really like the sound of, actually. He plays a similar sort of position to Santi Cazorla. He can play on the right hand side, also on the left and down the middle as well. So perfect as to what I'm looking for. Very skillful and quite small as well, and I'm sure he'll be good at like an intricate style of passing, and he's obviously very fast as well, Douglas Costa, so I'd really like to get him in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually inquire about him first, rather than making any bids. I know he's recently joined from Bayern Munich, but that was in the summer as opposed to in January, so I might be able to get hold of him, and I'll take a look at some other players if I think that I can get them in. This guy was another player suggested in the comments. I am tempted to look at him as well. He's a right winger, but he can also play centre forward, which I suppose is a similar position to centre attacking mid, so maybe someone I'll look at, and I think that could be it for everyone. But if I can find some other players that were suggested, then I will take a look at them. I'm also going to scout Pereira and inquire about him. He wasn't suggested in the comments, I just really like him on the previous FIFA, so we'll take a look at him, and I think for now that will be all the players that I will look at, and yeah, we'll just move on to playing this Peterborough game. We're not actually going to play this game, we will be simming it. This is the team I've gone with. Again, it's quite a good team, but it's not a starting 11. There are some players in there that have been changed, for obvious reasons really. It is against Peterborough. We are away though, and again, this is one of those issues where I want to play the game because I want to go through, but there's not really much point. It's Peterborough. We're in the January transfer window. I want to get some signings made, but it could all go really badly wrong here if I do go and lose to Peterborough. So it's a bit risky, even though it is a team that we should be absolutely thrashing. It is a little bit risky because of what can happen when you sim games when you're at the away team. So hopefully it works in our favour. The team we've got out is far superior to theirs, so we should be winning this game, but we'll just have to see how we get on. 25 minutes in, still managed to find a goal, and this could be basically the theme throughout the whole game here, the way it's going at the moment. But Danny Welbeck does score just before half-time, putting us 1-0 in the lead. 30 minutes left of this game. Hopefully we can hold on or extend the lead or something like that anyway. They've made all 3 changes now. We brought Ozil on actually here and taken Oxlade-Chamberlain off, and the game finishes 1-0. We just about scraped through with that win. I'll take that, to be honest. I'm not bothered that we didn't thrash them. As long as we get through, that's the main thing for me. And Cazorla has finally handed in a transfer request, as we can see there. That was the news reporting on it. I'm not really too sure about Ribéry. You'll have to let me know in the comments. I'm not 100% sure whether I should sign him. He is a fairly old player, 32 years old. But I know he's a very talented player, obviously. But I don't know if he's someone that would really fit into the team. So let me know in the comments anyway about him. And he might be someone that I try and sign, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll wait until next episode. Transfer offer in for my young keeper is 100 grand from Crawley Town. We'll just accept that. Manchester City have had their bid accepted of 25 million. That means that for some reason ours hasn't been rejected or accepted. So we're going to have to move for him again. Where is he? I can't see him on the list. That's because he's not on the list. There we go. Where is he? There. 25 million. We're going to up it to 25 just to match Man City's bid that they put in. Hopefully we can still get in Pjanic, and yeah, we'll just have to see whether that bid is good enough. And apparently we need to pay 28 million to sign Douglas Costa, which is ridiculous. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of money. We need to maybe try and put in some sort of deal in order to get him in. It's going to be a tough one though, that isn't it really? That amount of money is a lot. If I can get rid of Santi Cazorla though, that means that that'll free up quite a bit of money. So I suppose it's affordable just, but I don't want to be paying 28. I'll put in a bid of 18 for now, which I know is a lot further underneath the evaluation of him, but I'm just going to go with that as the first bid. And another inquiry here. We have got a 23 million inquiry this time for Berardi. That's quite a lot of money yet again. So it is going to be an interesting bid here. I'm going to put it. I think I'll go 14 million for him. See what they say to that amount, and we'll move on to the next one, which is for Pereira, 29.5. That's, again, a lot of money, and something I don't really want to be paying for him. We'll try 18 million again as our starting bid. Another transfer offer in for Santi Cazorla. This one would make more sense, him going to Real Madrid. Again, we're going to ask for about 30 million, which might seem a lot, but I'm going to try and go for it. It's some of the bigger teams after him here, so if I can get rid of him, then hopefully that is for the right amount. What is this? Negotiations over, and he's joined Man City. That is not good. Arsenal missing out on another transfer target. That's disappointing. Really wanted him in. Really wanted him into the team. That's very annoying. And Bayern Munich have matched the 30 million, so it looks like he's going. Wait, what's this? We have decided to act quickly to dispel this ongoing speculation surrounding the future of Santi Cazorla by choosing to accept an offer for him when such a real bid is made. Naturally, we understand that this is happened suddenly, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we have conversation in the next few days. So hopefully they haven't accepted their own bid. Hopefully they're just on about that bid that was just accepted then. Because if they have accepted the bid for a different team, it's probably for a lot less. And this is what my young keeper just leaving there. Bayern Munich have said that they want 28 million still for Douglas Costa. We are probably going to up it to, I think, 22 to start off with. It might move up though a little bit further down the line. Okay, I'm going to put in a bid for Cesares. Now, hopefully I can try and get him in from Juventus. He's got 6 months left on his contract, but it's not going to be on a contract expiry that I'll be signing him. Hopefully I'm just going to buy him, because it'll be worth a lot less. So we are going to go for a £5 million bid. And then we'll go 6 actually to start off with. I think that's going to work out. I might get rid of Mertesacker though as part of the deal. I know obviously he's worth 11 million, but I think he might be part of the deal if they do want a lot more money. So we'll just go 6 million anyway as a starting bid. That might be enough maybe to get him. And that's the team we're going to be using for the game against Newcastle at home. Again, it's going to be Sim sadly in this game. That's purely because I'm trying to make signings. For those of you that are new to the series, that's generally what happens in the transfer window. I tend to sim most of the matches, sadly. So I will be doing this one again. It's a home match like I was saying before against Newcastle. So we should hopefully get the win here. But again, I'm not really too sure. We are currently 8 points behind Chelsea still, who are on a nice winning streak. We need to try and beat Newcastle though to get closer to them. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully get an early goal, but Cazorla is injured, which won't do his deal going to Bayern Munich any good. Hopefully it can be sold though before that deal happens. Maybe that's probably a bit stupid on my behalf actually for playing him. But Ramsey has made it 1-0, 30 minutes into the second half now. Still in the lead. Can we get a second goal maybe? Ozil's eventually come on. Cavani getting a second goal from the penalty spot. With 15 minutes left, let's try and hold on to this clean sheet and make sure we can win the game 2-0. And we have. Koscielny wants to discuss wages. I will do that in a second once I've looked through the other emails. Sassuolo have said they want 23 million for Berardi. I'm not really too sure what overall he is, so I might need to scout him before I go any further with this deal. Also, Cazorla is out for 2 days, so that shouldn't affect his deal going to Bayern Munich. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Koscielny thing, and he wants 140 grand a week. That is a lot of money. Okay, we can give him 120. I think that's a fair amount. I'm going to be happy about giving him that, I think. 140, I think, is absolutely ridiculous, though, for him. Hopefully he decides to sign a new 1-year contract extension, though, for that amount. And Santi Cazorla has been sold to Bayern Munich. We got 25.5 million from that deal, which is brilliant for us. And Juventus saying you want 29.5 still for Pereira. So I do need to up this bid, I think. Oh, I got 900 million. We don't have that amount. We are going to put in a bid for, I think, 23 million. I'll be happy about that. He's a very good player, Pereira. I like him a lot. I liked him on the previous FIFA anyway. And Real Madrid have said... In fact, I don't think they were going to match the deal. They weren't. They were going to pay 23 million. But anyway, he's going to Bayern Munich now by the looks of it. So there's no need for them to continue pursuing him. And let's move on to the next few days. And Juventus have come back and said 10 million is the price I have to go up for Ceres. So we will, I think, go 8.5. And look how much money we've got now. We've got loads of money, haven't we? Because Cazorla, we managed to get 30 million from, which I think is incredible for him. So, yeah, very good news. I'm also going to put a bit of a strange bid for the youngster Iheanacho from Manchester City. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because he's got 6 months left on his contract. I obviously can't sign him on a contract expiry deal because he's under 23 years old. But I am going to try and put in a bid for him in order to get him in. I think he's a really good youngster, and I'm hopeful that I can get him for maybe about 700 grand if Man City let me. I'm also going to put in a bid for a former Manchester City player. He's moved to Monaco now, but I'm hopefully going to try and get him Marcus Lopez. I'm a huge fan of him in real life. And I'm going to put in a bid for 4.2 million to try and get him in. I'm going to go for a few youngsters now because I really want to try and make the team a little bit younger and get in some players for the next few seasons. So I think that's probably the best bet. We've also got Olivier Torres, who I am interested in also to potentially replace Santi Cazorla. But for now, we will leave that one. I think I'll scout him really just to find out what overall he is and what his stats are like. But that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, then please hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe as well. Sorry it's a little bit shorter than usual, and that's just because it's difficult to decide how long an episode is when you're recording it, when you're in the transfer window, because sometimes I do talk quite a lot and do a lot of transfers, so it's difficult to see how long the episode is. So I apologise if it is a little bit shorter than usual. It'll be back to usual length on, I think it's going to be Thursday the next time this goes up. So yeah, thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.